It's Cartoon Hangout, whoa, with Archaic King as your host. It's time to review some great cartoons, from Craig of the Creek to Scooby-Doo. Hello, lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon.
Good night, My Little Pony.
He said it! He said it!
Hello, lords and ladies. Welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. So, the new My Little Pony movie dropped on Netflix a few days ago. I wasn't planning on watching it or reviewing it at first, but here we are. A thing to note is that while I'm not much of a brony, I am familiar with the franchise, at least as far as the previous generation goes, since I did watch a fair bit of it back in the day. It's pretty good, and so my expectations for the new MLP movie were fairly high. And personally, I feel like those expectations were met, if not exceeded, in certain ways. Story-wise, enough time has passed from the events of Friendship is Magic that all ponies are divided and no longer friends. In the movie, this never gets explained, but it seemingly happened so long ago no one remembers even being friends in the first place. So instead of that being the plot point, the movie focuses on the character Sunny going on an adventure to prove that Earth ponies, unicorns, and Pegasus can be friends again. In terms of scope, it's actually fairly small. There's no grand journey or evil forces to overcome. It's about friendship and love, which can sound a bit corny, but I think the film pulls it off. Admittedly, I even teared up a few times throughout the movie, though that could always be due to the music pulling on my heartstrings. But yeah, that focus on something more personal, I think, is handled pretty well, but then My Little Pony usually has a handle on that. Every character, in my opinion, is well written, and they shine in their own way. Sunny, in particular, is a magnificent successor to Twilight Sparkle. I started off not quite liking her as much, what with the way she flaunts authority, even if she means well, but she grew on me quickly, along with the other cast of characters like Izzy, Zip, and Hitch. Izzy definitely has shades of Pinkie Pie, and I think there could have been a real chance at her character being really annoying, but she never crosses that line into that archetype. While writing this, I did see some criticisms about the movie's pacing, which I do kind of agree with. Sunny and Izzy canter off on their adventure rather quickly towards the beginning of the movie, but I didn't really feel like the rest of the movie was weirdly paced. I mean, for me, the writing of the movie was top tier. The messages were strong and clear, but never too obnoxious, even when you know what recent events they're referencing. The characters also never felt flat or boring, with only the weakest character maybe being Sprout as a whiny mama's boy. And even then, he could be fun to watch as his paranoid pony whipping everyone up into a frenzy. Plus, his song, Danger Danger, was pretty cool. Speaking of music, as hard as it is to believe, I was never a big fan of the music in My Little Pony. That's not to say I hated it, per se. I did like various songs throughout the series. But as I've grown up, I've become less into the break-into-song trope in films and shows. I'd rather just get to the story. But this film's music is actually pretty good. I can see myself re-listening to songs like Danger Danger or Fit Right In. And the rap part in that latter one really took me by surprise. Not in a bad way, kind of like in a good way. But if I did have to have one complaint about the movie, it'd be Sophia Carson's song.
We got the light, we're coming in stronger, we're in it together.
It sounds overly produced, not necessarily auto-tuned, just way too produced, if that even makes sense. And lastly, the animation. I have no complaints. It's a pretty movie. The CGI doesn't feel out of place, though I know there are fans who are going to miss the traditional look of the previous generation. And a brief look at what another 2D movie could have looked like as the movie's intro certainly looks incredible. Now, if only all 2D movies could look that good. I think if you're looking for a feel-good movie, or you're just a fan of My Little Pony in general, you should give this one a shot. It's not like you gotta pay to see it either, so you're not wasting your money. It's on Netflix right now. I'm personally happy I saw it, and I hope this little review of mine conveyed that well enough. I sometimes have difficulty reviewing movies and getting my thoughts across. Ironic, I know. I'm also looking forward to the show that is supposed to follow after this. I don't know if I'm going to review it, though. It depends on how bad Hasbro comes down on me for using footage of their movie for my review, or if I don't already have a show to review at that time. Anyways, that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing for more cartoon reviews. You're also able to catch videos like this one early by at least a week if you join my YouTube membership. Links will be available in the description below. Thanks for watching, and take care. Hello, lords and ladies! Welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. On May 27th, a new special dropped for the upcoming My Little Pony series on Netflix. I had planned to review it back then, but alas, motivation is a fickle mistress. Hopefully it's not too late and you'll care what this guy has to say on it. Make Your Mark seems to pick up not too long after the film's events, with ponies still figuring out how to use magic. A wrinkle is introduced, with magic glitching out, causing a wedge between those with magic and those without. Everyone had barely become friends by the end of the movie, and already things aren't looking good for Maritime Bay. Zip is ultimately the one who notices these glitches and works to fix magic. Because so much time has passed between the release of the movie and the special, it took a very long time to readjust to the characters and world. It didn't help that the voice actors from the film are all replaced with new ones for the special, the YouTube series, and likely the coming series itself. Your mileage will vary, but I think, minus a period of adjustment, they sound alright. Though Izzy's and Hitch's new ones take some getting used to. I will miss the ones from a new generation, but maybe this group will grow on us. However, I do think if the plan was to always replace the movie actors with cheaper new ones, Hasbro should have just cast these ones for the movie instead of all the famous actors like Vanessa Hudgens. Could have saved some money too. Another thing to note is, like the film, the series is going the CGI route. Unlike said film, a show has a lot less budget to make things nearly as detailed as a movie would. But generally, I didn't see anything to really complain about other than nondescript fields. Sure, it'd have been nice to go back to a 2D style, but then I guess that's what the YouTube series is for. I haven't watched those, so I can't comment on the quality yet. Regarding the plot, I felt it took a bit too long to get the ball rolling. Zip slowly investigates magic screwing up while the other characters prepare for a festival. This more or less goes on for half the runtime. Sunny and the others don't even believe Zip until later in the special. Now, them not believing her isn't poor writing by any means, but it was frustrating to watch regardless, especially given how she had a valid concern, and how long it even took for them to listen to her. In the meantime, the plot just sort of meanders until more crap starts happening around Maritime Bay. Honestly, in my opinion, this did not need to be 40 minutes. It could easily have been condensed down to 30 minutes, or even 20 minutes. Or if it absolutely had to be 40 minutes, maybe more magic mishaps could have happened and been looked into by Zip. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. Now, when things do finally hit the fan, Make Your Mark manages to hit its mark. The ponies scramble to stop the friendship crystal thing, which reacts negatively to, well, negativity, from sucking the whole town into some magic void, giving us some action and intensity finally. And of course, it gets resolved in standard MLP fashion, with the ponies working together to save each other, which leads to the crystal returning to normal. Anyone else think it's pretty crazy that the crystal reacts this badly to ponies not being nice to each other? Obviously, the lesson here is about getting along, being kind to your fellow man, pony. I just think it's a tad unrealistic to think people must be nice all the time. That's not gonna happen, even on a good day. And it seems dangerous to have a crystal powered by kindness that also, creates magical holes to nothingness and gets rid of magic if you say something mean to someone else. Granted, it seems to be on the scale that we saw in the episode, which is a lot of people being general jerks, if not straight up racist, to unicorns and Pegasi. There's even a Karen. She gets better by the end. All at once. But still, pretty weird, you have to admit. We're also given a glimpse to what looks like the big bad of the upcoming series. I don't know who it is, I don't know if they're brand new, or if they're connected to the previous series in any special way. Basically, I know nothing.
You know nothing.
Hopefully, she's as much of a threat as Friendship is Magic set of villains, but that's
gonna be hard to top. If anyone has theories about her, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read them. While Zit felt like the main focal point of the special, there were other side plots, if you will, going on as well, though I never felt these got much focus, at least to me. Sunny, Izzy, and Pip were working on the festival, but it didn't seem all that intriguing. It was the big event of Make Your Mark, but beyond some cooking, a little singing, and the finale, it just didn't really feel as important. To me, that is. Then there was Hitch and his mystery egg. I liked this one a lot. It was really cute, watching Hitch try to hide the egg and keep it healthy. But this plotline also felt brief. I would have enjoyed seeing more of this, or it merging up more with the other characters' side plots. I generally felt that about the other stories too. I don't think Make Your Mark was terrible. It definitely had some good moments here and there, but it does feel like a rather lukewarm follow-up to the movie. If you were to compare this with the first episodes of the previous show, it's night and day. That one had way more going on to pull you in, while this one, despite the positives, doesn't feel quite as interesting. I guess fans can only hope that the rest of the new show can manage better than the special. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching, and take care.